What is wrong with Argentinian football fans and football players? Not a proud week for them as Sergio Aguero tries to amputate David Luiz's leg. And then we have this game, which I'm going to throw to here as I reference the names. It's a game between Sarmiento versus Sansinena. And if I mispronounced it, I'm not going to apologize because the actions in this game don't deserve me to apologize. It was pretty shocking.
Sorry.
So it was a lower league match in Argentina. And there's an instance that the referee didn't call. It looked like it could have been a penalty kick. And as the way football goes, he didn't give it, and then on the other end of the park, the opposition went up and scored. So as we look to this video here, the players didn't take to it very well. Some of them I will defend who were trying to intervene, and then the fans got involved, and then all shit just hit the massive Argentinian fan.
Y Sheffer, que de esto sabe mucho, remató, la metió en un ángulo, gana Sansinena. Y poneme la cámara de cerca con el árbitro, que lo están increpando de una manera impresionante y tiene que ver con la infracción. Mostrame qué está pasando acá, mostrame acá qué está pasando, a ver.
Tendría que haber varios expulsados, el árbitro lo recontra increparon.
Martín, dale, A ver qué está pasando con el árbitro. Están descontrolados los jugadores de Sarmiento. Descontrolados los jugadores de Sarmiento. Uy, le está dando para todos lados. Sí. A ver.
Diego, los jugadores, con la policía ahora, Diego.
No.
Con la policía local.
Uy, se metió la policía con camioneta.
Están peleando todos. No da abasto la seguridad, Diego. Ahora Curuché también. Octavio Bianchi. Los jugadores están pegando.
No, terrible.
Lo vamos a filmar para luego subir. Sí.
Hay hielo. Tiene hielo, cabeza. Tiene hielo.
Oh my God, it pisses me off, man.
Yeah, so first of all, we can't condemn all of Argentina. It's a rather big country. I get it. Sergio Aguero, not the best representation right this second. That lower league match, not the best representation at the second. But again, there's many leagues, many fair play alongside all of it. However, we've talked about these clips time and time again.
A lot of them do happen to be Argentinian, by the way.
A lot of them happen to be in South America.
Yeah.
But again, not condemning all of South America. Jeez, it's a beautiful place in a lot of those places. However, in this specific instance, in this case, one, where the police, second, it happened so early, 20 minutes into the match. It's not like the game was over.
I know.
Like,
That's so annoying.
Don't go after, if you're going to go after the refs because you lost your bet, wait till the 90th minute.
Yeah. The team that, I don't know which one of the teams it was, but the team that was clearly involved should be banned from the competition. I would kick them out of the league. Not only because of that, but like there was so many of the players who were defending the referee, and I have to give those guys credit and congratulate them. Like they were trying to protect.
Doesn't always make it better.
Some of the guys were like jumping on top of the ref to prevent the fans from getting it. But the fans were involved. They're clearly the fans of that team. They were despicable, like just horrible animals surrounding the referee. Like I understand. I think you need to be partly insane to be a referee. Like I think that referees come under so much abuse, especially. Like, I give credit to, like, Premier League referees because they take abuse. But those guys are getting paid a couple of $100,000. Like, they're getting some good pay to do that.
Yes,
this guy's probably volunteering for, what, $50?
That's the thing is the ones that are getting beat and the ones that are getting things thrown at them and actually possibly getting injured, in this case, this guy getting injured, they're probably not covered by any kind of health insurance.
No, exactly.
Opposed to a Premier League or Champions League ref, which is a higher degree of reffing. I've always, like, look, refs come under scrutiny. We talk to refs, and not just we, but in general, people and fans talk to refs and say things to refs like we talk to people in road rage in our cars.
Yes, absolutely.
Like just because there's a hunk of metal, it's always a Louis C.K. joke, or a bit that he does, just because there's a hunk of metal between you, it gives you the protection to tell somebody to completely F off.
Yeah.
But you would never, as again, Louis C.K. always said, walk into an elevator and someone kind of grazes up against you, you wouldn't look at that person and go, fuck you! So a ref is the same thing. When you're in the stands and you look at the ref, you're screaming at that guy after a bad call, and it boils over. Again, there's nothing necessarily all too wrong if you're telling a ref to F off because he made a bad call. We're going to get into a clip later that has to do with, homophobic remarks and stuff like that, where it could start to draw a line, especially if around other people. But the idea of going onto the pitch, especially if you're a fan, the players are one thing because they can be held accountable by their teams and the teams by the leagues. The fans rarely get held accountable for despicable acts like this. And that's a shame because we've seen it in some leagues where they'll ban fans from going to the game.
Yeah, the only way you really try to affect fans, because fans will do as fans do unless they see one thing happen that really causes them to second guess it, which is the team being punished. Because you can't honestly, you're going to look at a lower league like that, watch the videotape and pick out every single individual fan and try to persecute them.
It's too impossible,
No, it's hard. So what you do is you kick that team out of the league. Those fans don't get to come to watch a team that they support, they enjoy. The team's going to suffer, but don't do it then. Don't have your team, like there's actual players in there, one of them flag kicked the referee, so he's wearing your colours, he's a part of your organisation, it's your own fault. I have no sympathy for that team, I have no sympathy for their fans, and I actually have a point to make, a little broader, on Argentinian football culture. They do have a problem with authority, they do have a problem with acting out. This has happened at the highest level of Argentinian soccer. It's happened in lower levels where we see players from... I'm not saying every single Argentinian football team does this. Don't be ridiculous. There's a problem in other leagues as well.
But you're saying, you're trying to point out that this is cultural.
I think it's cultural. I think that they have an issue with, at times, their aggression on the park spiraling over for them taking action out on, whether it's fans getting into it with each other, whether it's teams getting into each other. I mean, we did the video 2 months ago of two rival teams in Argentina just leathering the shit out of each other because of a game. Like, it's
was Argentina.
It's not exactly, and it's not the ideology of football do you want to put forward to youth watching it. There's a bunch of little kids who are running around at the end there who are like trying to get involved because they're probably seeing their dad or their older brother or whatever else running around and trying to beat the shit out of one referee. Like, how shallow of a human being are you to go in amongst a group of people against one guy? I hope that one guy offered you one-on-one and he cracks the shit out of you, because he probably could. Angry refs.
I think we just need buff refs.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's how you fix culture in Argentina. If you think there's a cultural problem when it comes to respecting authority, you just get a bunch of Game of Thrones, the mountain-sized refs, and then nobody's going to fight the refs.
There was actually a proposal in one of I don't know what South American country it was, when they were talking about arming the refs. Like, what are we getting to in world? No, we're getting to this point.
Could you imagine?
It's shocking. It will result in people being killed. So let's realize that this is a problem. It's not just a funny video that you can put on Deadspin and be like, they kicked the shit out of a ref. Like, no, it's actually an issue in Argentinian soccer and in South American football as well, is that you can't be treating referees like that, especially guys that are giving up their time to officiate the game. Like, they have an important job. They make bad calls. I get it. I have been sent off many a times for arguing with referees and directing my Scottish insults towards them in American culture.
You don't touch them. You don't hit them.
Never would I do that. You touch them. If you touch a referee at any level, whether it be my time in Scotland or my time in college, you're immediately out. Like, the team has an obligation to throw you out off the team because you don't represent them. Like, get them out.
But you can get close.
You get no. I've never been that close. I've just get angry and I've kicked
There's
a
some
bottle.
spit going.
I've kicked some other opposition.
Let them hear it.
In anger with the ref, but that's what happens. So
kick the bottle. Didn't that happen recently in the Premier League?
Jose Mourinho kicked his anger out. So let us know what you think in the comments. What was your takeaway from this? Make sure to get us on Twitter, Francis_Maxwell, Jason Rubin 91. We would appreciate an Instagram follow now and again. We post some nice Christmas pictures.
We did.
Jason posts selfies.
I only post a selfie. It's not a selfie though.
It is.
I only post photos of me if it's like taken by like Cassie, our photographer in the studio, who's awesome at taking photos.
Yeah, she took some good ones. Check him out.
Because if not, I feel like Jeannie from the Channel 4 team. It's time for a selfie.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Have you not taken a couple selfies in the past couple of weeks with friends in the picture?
Yeah, I have.
Guilty.